Hello, you over 3,000 amazing people, and the 82% that have yet to subscribe. That's right, another video time, and we're going to be talking about my delve into Warhammer 40k, and what am I doing, and why am I signing up to courses and doing stuff to learn how to be better. Yes, so if some of you have been watching my videos, especially my 40k ones, which I am slowly bringing onto the channel because I'm getting into it, you will know that I have started to dip my toe back into Warhammer 40k. Now, the main reason for this is obviously because I am painting up my Howling Griffin's army, and if you watch my Instagram and other feeds, you'll know that I've just finally finished off my Smash Captain, and this is the army that kind of inspired me as a kid. There's a video up on the channel about that, of why I picked that army and why this color scheme was so impactful for me as a young boy getting into Space Marines. And yeah, so it kind of, the more I've worked on this army, the more I want to get it on the table. Now, a few weeks ago, I had a very cool thing happen to me. Now, it's cool in the way that it kind of made me realize that I really need to learn how to play 40k properly, because, well, I have no actual idea what the Scooby-Doo is going on. So I have started playing 1,000 point games with my friends, a little group of guys that play, and they are ultra competitive. Now, we have a Facebook group chat, and it is all about tactics. It's all about rules. It's all about shenanigans in 10th edition, and a lot of the time I read it and I have no idea what they're talking about. Now, this hasn't really been a problem, because I could probably do the same thing to them in about Age of Sigmar, and they would probably just look at me the same way as I look at them. But what happened is, when we were playing a two-way game, so we had two aside, and we had 1,000 points each, and I was playing with my Space Marines, and I had 1,000 points, and I was with one of the lads called Liam, who had his Drakari, who are absolutely nuts, by the way. And the other two guys was Dave and Alex, and they were playing their Votann and Necrons. And yes, the Necron player brought the Silent King to 1,000 points. Big eye-opener. From now on, I'm bringing Gilliman. But it was an interesting game, and it was fun, and we won. It was cool, and we did stuff. I did stuff, and I take an objective all on my own. But one of the things that happened during the game was there was a couple of battle tactics or secondaries from the Prime Nexus, which I'm going to get, and I'm going to go through sort of my thoughts on it. And yes, I am going to compare it to the General's Handbook in Age of Sigmar, so just be prepared for that if you are a 40k player. But one of the things that I got instantly was these guys were talking about how they would do this secondary, and how they would do this tactic, and what they would, and I sat down and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, seriously. And I picked up my phone, and I was playing on my phone, and I was like giggling that I did something with my Terminators. And it kind of made me realize that I have no idea how this game works properly. Now, I can play it. I understand the core concepts of the rules and how the game plays. I understand movement, shooting, charging, and everything else. But I have absolutely no idea about the synergies and combos that you can do in Warhammer 40k, and especially with the Space Marines. I've been running the Gladius Strike Force now for a few weeks and a few games, and I've slowly got my head round of the doctrines. But a lot of the time, I forget to do them. And I was like, oh, right. And I don't really get the stratagems. I know Armor of Contempt. Like, someone hits me, it's basically I pay CP and I get +1 to my save. Really cool. It's kind of like, if you're coming from Age of Sigmar, an all-out defense. I get that. I understand the terminology for this one. That's really easy. And I was like, okay, there's definitely differences between 40k and Age of Sigmar, and the damage output in Age of Sigmar and 40k is insane compared to AOS. I'm just going to say that now. But it was like, yeah, cool, right, okay. This I need to do something. So what I did was I started yesterday. I reached out to a very cool individual, and that's Mr. Stephen Box from Vanguard Tactics. Obviously, I'm a content creator. He's a content creator. We've talked, potential wanting to work together and stuff like that. Well, at least I was going to paint stuff for him. And it's kind of cool. And, asking him questions about, like what to do and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. And I completely forgot that he actually does coaching. And one of the things that I was looking at while speaking to him, I was like, sort of went onto his website and had a little look at his little things. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. It's like, let's have a little look at the coaching things and let's see what sort of courses and things like that he does and he supplies, and is it going to be beneficial for me as like someone who's played 40k before, who plays Age of Sigmar and does tournaments in Age of Sigmar, and is coming into 40k but doesn't really understand how the nuances and combos and everything in 40k works. So is it going to help benefit me? And I was having a little look, and what we'll do is we'll bring it over. So here's his website. Obviously it's my screen. So he does all his blurb. And he's got his cool stuff here, and you can learn more. And he's obviously got his new studio and everything else. They're doing really well for themselves, actually. And then you've got this. But one of the things that I got straight away was up in the top here. You have the various stuff. So I'm not really going to change my screen. So what you got to do, you got these little courses, and you got the Masterclass series, and you got Space Marines. All right. So basically, this is the Space Marine course. Okay. So you've got this course here, and this is what I'm going to sign up to do. And it was really cool. It's really interesting. It's like, ooh, master the Adeptus Astartes and delve into the depths with our Space Marine course. Now, I was a bit unsure because originally I clicked on the coaching, the one-on-one coaching, and I was like, holy crap, like that's not really what I want. Mental. But this was like, cool. I get this. This is going to teach me everything that I need to know. And just by coincidence, I was sort of chatting away, and then I noticed on the website this little playlist, Space Marine Masterclass Gladius Task Force. And there's obviously a Vanguard Tactics Masterclass for Chaos Space Marines there as well. Now, that playlist, I've started watching it, and I've already like 3 videos in. And now, the whole gist of this, obviously, it's a marketing thing. They're giving away segments of these courses that you pay for free to entice you to come in and buy the bigger course, which is really cool. It's a good way of doing it. And it actually shows the worth of it. I was always a little bit skeptical when I first heard about people teaching people horses learning to play 40k, because I'm old school. I always imagined that the easiest way to learn to play a game is just to play it. But 40k has become a little bit more complex than what it used to be. And there's definitely a lot more nuance on it. And this definitely drove this home for me when I started watching the Gladius Task Force videos, which has seemed really good because obviously I'm running the Gladius Task Force right now to try to learn how to use my Space Marines properly. And some of the things that I've already picked up in this little series of videos by Stephen and his team is now I actually know how to use my stratagems properly. I hate stratagems. I prefer them in 10th edition compared to the previous editions. 9th edition, it was one of the main reasons why I stopped playing the game. And 8th edition, it was 100% the reason why I stopped playing the game. The fact that in those editions you had like 35, 40 plus stratagems in your army, then you had all of the additional stratagems from everyone else's armies, and it was just a lot of information and a lot of stuff to try to work out what combos went where, and I was like, I've got no time for that crap. What I really like about in 10th edition is the fact that you've got 6 plus the core ones in the main rulebook, and that's pretty cool. It's easy for an old dude like me to get my head around, and I can understand it. Straight away, while watching Stephen's videos, I have learnt straight away some of my combos. Not only as my stratagems, but my enhancements, as well as when to actually trigger certain doctrines, and an ability of using a stratagem, of keeping that unit in that doctrine. Which is kind of like made my brain go, wow, I can do this. I never realized they could do that. That is mental. And it's really good. So yes, this is going to be cool. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the Space Marine Masterclass series, and I'm going to be working my way through it. I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to be learning it. I'm going to be playing games. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to chart my progress on how to learn to be a proper Space Marine player, and ultimately build up to going to my first proper one-day event. That's my plan. Now, I did a one-day event at the beginning of the edition when I had my World Eaters, and I'm going to be completely honest with that. I got a 2-1. I won 2 games, lost 1 game, and I'll be completely honest. I didn't really know what I was doing, right? I basically wielded my World Eaters like a true Smash player and just went, move forward, charge, smash. Get anger on in combat, smash. Let's just use brute strength and pure brutal killing to essentially win games. I had no real conception of what stratagems were going to be used in combos. I couldn't really go into a tactica for the World Eaters in any fine sense other than get forward as quickly as you can, get into the enemy's face, and murder and kill as quickly as you can. You're a Smash army, smash. With Space Marines, it's very different. You're not a Smash army. You're not a shooty army, but you are very flexible. And you've got a lot of flexibility in what you can do and some of the units. Now, the series that Stephen has put together, especially in that series that's free up on the YouTube channel, I'm going to put a link to their YouTube channel in the description below. So you should definitely check that out if you are a Space Marine player and you want to learn how to actually use Space Marines properly. Because I make 3 videos in of 5 and I've learned so much already. Like, seriously, it's really, really well done. And the information that isn't overbearing, it's explained in a very good way. And it's good for old brainy guys like me who's going grey in the beard, who's maybe not necessarily going to pick that up as quickly as others. But yeah, very, very cool. And so, like I said, I'm going to chart my progress. And my idea is I want to go to a proper event, proper one-day event, and take it ultra seriously and ultra competitive and try to actually improve my game. I actually think this is going to work for 2 ways and improve other ways of playing. One, if I'm playing at that level and that way of minded in something like 40k, then it's obviously going to improve my game when it comes to Age of Sigmar. If I learn how to screen correctly in a game like 40k, where screening is ultra important, screening in Age of Sigmar will also become a lot easier. So it's a twofold thing here. But yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chart my progress. So if you are interested in seeing how I go, and I will continue making little videos like this as I progress through, and I've already talked to Stephen, so I'm going to be doing the masterclass soon, and I'm going to be making content on it and like coming back and reviewing it as well, and actually coming in going, hey, you know, so far the free content that I've got off their channel, double thumbs up. So I'm really looking forward to getting into seeing what the other detachments do and the other combos and what the other chapters do, and really sort of really getting into it. Because if you're a Space Marine fanboy and you want to learn this, then this is probably the best way. Now, obviously, if on the flip side, if you're an army that not necessarily is Space Marines, but you maybe want to learn something else, they do courses for that as well. So you can learn. And Stephen is apparently a really good player. He ranks pretty well. So, you're getting taught by somebody who knows how to play the game properly. So, and he's also wrote articles in White Dwarf. The latest White Dwarf, I believe, with the Votan, he has a article in that. It's a very good article. That's kind of started me, one of the things that started getting me thinking about actually learning how to play properly was reading that article as well. So it's very good. So that's it. That's the video. So we're going to be delving in. I've already worked out that my Smash Captain I built correct with the shield. And my idea of my enhancement and stuff is also being done. Not too sure. What I'll do is eventually I'll go through the series and I'll write a list. Now, obviously, I'm a pretty slow painter, and this has taken me nearly a year to paint up almost 2,000 points of Howling Griffins. So obviously, if I do have to make any radical changes, which I do, because I know I'd need at least 1 unit of scouts, then I'm going to have to paint them up. So, there's going to be lots of changing and lots of cool stuff. It's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm hoping I'm going to try to get to an event by the end of the year. So in the next couple of months, I'm hopefully going to have full 2,000 point painted. My list may not be fully optimized for what it needs to be, but it will be to the best that I can with what I've got painted, which is the main thing. Because as a painter at heart, obviously, need to sort of make sure that the painting is top level, and then I can enjoy playing with my toy soldiers in a proper way. But yeah, fully can't wait to embrace this. So if you want to come along with my journey into 40k and try to like do tournaments properly, and take the tournament scene by storm in Northern Ireland, it's not going to happen. I'm aiming for mid-table at best. Then feel free, hit that subscribe button, and come along the journey with me. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. And obviously, feel free to check out Vanguard Tactics as well. Their YouTube channel has got that free content on there, and they'll obviously have links over to their website where you can have a look at the courses. Really highly worth it. Definitely should be doing it. It's going to be fun. And yeah, drop a comment if you've already had a look at it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the whole concept of content creators supplying this type of this content, this product, which is basically what it is. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you a little bit on the fence about it? Whatever. Let me know your thoughts and views, because we can also talk about that type of angle. Or would you rather your content creators make things like dice and t-shirts and mugs and all of that jazz, rather than actually trying to educate you in how to play the game properly? And yeah, let me know. And obviously like the video and share it with your friends, and check out my members and Patreon areas. And I will see you in the next one, people. Goodbye for now.